I just got done doing a video on how to fix these ovens if they don't heat at all, but what if it just doesn't heat at the right temperature? Well, let's see if we can test to make sure and then fix that today with the oven offset code. The only thing you really need to do this the right way is an oven thermometer. I would highly suggest a metal one like the one on the left rather than a digital thermal gun like the one on the right, just to be safe. This is the kind we use all the time at our store to test stoves with. I'll have a link to it or two, as we want to see first exactly how much we need to offset the temperature by before we actually do the code. You want to replace the thermometer in the back left corner of the oven or wherever the thermal sensor is. There's a small metal rod in the upper corner of almost every stove. That's the sensor that tells the stove if it's too warm or not to cycle the heating element. I would suggest running the oven at say 375 or 400 degrees, something above the default temperature in order to check and see what the offset should be. Make sure to wait at least 20 minutes, but you probably want to wait 30 minutes to make sure it gets to proper temperature, as oftentimes the preheat mode won't actually heat to set the right temperature. And here we are at 20 minutes. This is why you want to use the thermometer rather than the gun. It's only at 300 degrees so far, but it's still rising. We don't want to call it off just yet, so let's give it another 10 minutes. You can see that the element here is running. We definitely don't want to take a reading while it's still trying to raise the temperature. While we wait, you can see that the cabinet temperature varies quite a bit from 295 degrees up to about 330. Although the thermal gun can theoretically work in the right location, the metal thermostat gives us a better long-term reading with the door closed. Now the 30-minute mark, the element is off and we have a reading of about 360 degrees that I've tested a little bit longer for, and it held at this for a while, so we probably need to raise the offset about 30 to 35 degrees. Now that we know what the oven needs for the offset, let's go ahead and turn the oven off. Also note there are a few ways to calibrate the stove, which varies model by model. The first way that you can try to calibrate the oven is to simply press and hold the bake button in for anywhere from 5 to 10 seconds depending on the model. If you hold it long enough, the light in the middle should change to the 0 value to put you right in the calibration mode. Of course, with your luck in mind, that calibration mode doesn't even work on this style of oven, so let's try another way. Go ahead and press the bake button to turn the selector on, then turn the unit all the way up to 550 degrees Fahrenheit. Then release the button and then press and hold the bake button for 5 seconds. If you do this the right way, it should go to the calibration mode. But if you didn't get the right cadence, release the button and press and hold it again for 5 seconds. This should then get fully to the calibration mode. Once it shows 0, you need to adjust the calibration with the up and down arrows kind of quickly, and in this try I wasn't fast enough, so I need to try again. With re-entering the mode, using the up and down arrows, you can select the offset on your oven. This will be very different from board to board. Some boards may have increments of 5, 10, 15, or even 25 degrees. In the case of this unit, it's 5 degrees with a maximum offset of 35 degrees, which is just enough for the proper offset on this unit. Now, if you go below 0, you'll get a negative value if you find that the oven is too hot for what you attempted to set it at. Once you get done with this, go ahead and release or stop pressing the buttons, and it should set back to normal within about 5 to 10 seconds. These are the two most common ways you're going to calibrate a Frigidaire oven. It's possible there are other ways on more complex Frigidaire interfaces, and I will have more videos on those soon. Also note that if the temperature on the oven was way higher than what you set it at, say 100 degrees higher, or even further, the oven temperature sensor or control board could be bad. The oven never heats up much between 200 and 250 degrees despite the offsets that you try. The board probably is bad, and I do have a video on how to solve both of these issues, and that should pop up by now. I hope showing you how to do the calibration does solve your issues though. Have a great day.